Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another cast of a StarCraft game. On the south side of the map we have Sticklermac, who I have cast before. I definitely have casted this guy before. I don't know if he is. It was a Zerg at the time. Huh. And Sticklermac apparently has, no, not Stickler, but the guy on the other side, which is the Terran on this side, has problems with opponents with commitment issues. Anyway, let's get into this game. This is a game for our castit, which is your community portal if you want one of your games cast. Normally speaking, if you want one of your games cast, you can have it, you can put it in GG Tracker or one of these websites, link it there, and then a member of the community will or may cast it. If you're lucky, even somebody more handsome than myself. Anyway, on this side we have Medicus going for a gas and a barracks, and on the other side we have a hatch first for Mac. I'll try to call you Sticklermac because last time I called you Mac exclusively. Now Mac was or is in Platinum League if I'm not mistaken, whereas Medicus has a nice shiny mabob around his name, which probably means diamond. Also an expansion for Medi. And yeah, two overlords on their way. Where are you going? You're just going straight towards the entrance. And we have a marine waiting for him there, so Medi well prepared to shoo off any scouting. And with one marine, he's going to hang on until he can pump out either double marines or this, I'm assuming. Oh, I can't select what this is, which is great, but it's a factory, you can see it down here. And Mac did not see it. And double pump Hellions, but he's going for two marines first. I will have to work on my overlay in order to get that visible again. In the meantime, on this side we have a baneling nest coming in for Stickler. We'll see if this is for defensive purposes or if he's going to go and bust down that wall. And he's leaving an overlord here. No, he's not. He's just moving it out of the way, which I consider smart considering everything, or most of the things at least, that the Terran makes at this point can shoot up, and it is right outside of his door. So got a starport coming in, and at the same time we have a armory being built over here, there where Sticklermac can't scout it. So we're probably going to go for an attack with Hellbats. Move out with a number of Hellions, get there, transform them, and then assault. We're waiting for the transfer here so we can double pump the Hellions, or the Hellbats possibly directly. We do have the Overlord checking to see if the third is being taken. In the meantime, on this side it isn't. But Sticklermac is building units so he can deal with a possible assault. Going up to, what is that, 5 or so banelings. 6. So sacrificing an earlier expansion. Still has more units than Medi, but Medi has those lovely mules. So that sort of more or less makes up for it. I've yet to do the math to see exactly how many SUVs a mule equals. Nice pick off on an overlord, but Stickler's got enough to keep producing units. He puts down 2 spores. Maybe cautious of the overlord. The medevac he saw there. Wary of any drops. Putting down that third though, and at the same time we have the third command center being started up for Medi. Doesn't see much with the overlords in place. This is maybe a nice time to send one in, so you can see that there is indeed an armory, although I guess, judging from these units, he will find out soon enough, even a liberator, in order to maybe siege up the ramp here. And the Stickler goes right in there with Bailings, but the liberator doesn't get any of them. And in this case, oh, that is by far too late. And now these Marines are pretty much confined to this little area, because if as soon as they move out, they will just get crushed by pretty much everything. 3 Marines, a Marauder, a Liberator, and some stuff on the way. Very little on the way. Oh, and this is just going to just murder that line unless these 2 Queens take care of it. So how many kills do we have? I cannot see this. And Medicus is denied at first. There is another one Marine coming over. And there isn't enough left to really contest Mac in his base here. It was very nicely held. So there's a third base down. He can drone that up now. And in the meantime, he did create a spire and managed to get some Mutalisk, so he's going for that Ling Bling Muta style, which used to be so popular in Heart of the Swarm, although I understand most of the pros have been, well, I would say most of the pros, but to be honest, I haven't had time to look at any recent tournaments, so I really can't say how. I was going to say Bly, but it might have been Nerchio. One of the Acer Zergs, or one of those actually left. Well, there goes my entire train of thought. How one of these 2 managed to qualify for the WSS Winter Tournament. Together with Happy, if I'm not mistaken. 2 drops of 2 Hellbats each. It looks like coming in, but this Spore Crawler is quite in a nice place. And where are all your mutas? There are 3 of all your mutas. And unless he focus fires his Queens. Oh, he took down that second one. I did not see that happen. That must have been the mutas. So 48 workers to 48 workers, 3 bases for each, and that gave away the fact that he has mutas, so we have turrets coming down in either mineral line. In the meantime, we have 1-1 for Sticklermac, and Medicus is on absolutely no upgrades. Also, he's got the 2 engineering base, he's not using it. No 4th base for the Zerg, which I would be expecting here. I haven't even saturated his 3rd base yet. There we go. And with Hive, Lair, no, Hive on the way. In order to maybe get some Ultralisks. Definitely recommend getting some more drones in. On that 4th base. Sending out Zerglings to scout whether Medi has taken his 4th. But Medi has similarly done nothing beyond the 3. Making his 4th base though. And it looks like in a place set to expand over here. So we have, how many mutilisks do we have? We have 9, and now we are making corruptors. Are we using this hive in order to make greater spire then? Interesting. And we're getting... okay. Taking that 4th base though. 2 ghost academies coming up from Medicus. Interesting, and finally starting those upgrades. Very good. Alright, I'm be interested to see what he can do with those. Of course, it's being used to counter Ultralisks and Broodlords in current meta. He hasn't seen either of those, but he should be able to infer that one of the two is on its way, even though neither, I was going to say neither is, and that's obviously not true anymore. A double drop, although 3 Medivacs on its way. Let's see, what do you have in place? Well, that's where everything kind of is. You should not be able to get anything done with that. At least not for very long. There we go. You should be able to lose everything there. Mutalisk on the chase. There you go. Dropping the Marines, hoping to take out a Mutalisk. But that doesn't work. Medevac does seem to be getting away though. Okay. I suppose this is about as much as Medi could have asked for. His 4th base is done. He certainly appears to have the army in order to hold it. Going to this inside base. And he should move that, change that into a planetary fortress. Meantime, a bit of oversaturation on this natural base for Sticklermac. And what is that? Is that 3-3? Chitinous plating and super bitey speed for the Zergling. 2-2 already there, 1-1 or 3-3 on the way, and in the meantime Medicus has not yet started his 2-2, so he's well behind on upgrades. Ooh, getting the Liberator range though, which is interesting because he has 1 oh, he has 4? Oh, he's got 2. He's got a bunch more there. They blend in so nicely with all the other blue things. Build a turret on the way there, but not in the mineral line. Stickler missing a chance there in order to do some serious damage there. And catches a Liberator at the cost of a Mutalisk, which is a good trade when it comes to gas. And getting a free Hellbat. And I say free, but that's definitely not the case. 2 Hellbats for 2 Mutalisks. It appears that Stickler doesn't actually want his Mutalisks, and he's finally going to take the map, which is good. Medicus, after his first foray to his enemy's base, has been staying back in his own low corner of the map, so Stickler had all the opportunities he wanted to take the map, but so far hasn't until just now. And 2 2s on the way, excellent. And 2 nukes, excellent. Now if Stickler was just to go a little bit forward, he get absolutely murder that army. Oh, wow, that's not even close. That is just absolute bloody murder. Oh, sorry, matey, that was not a good engagement. 1, 2 Liberators in there in order to take care of this entire army, and that's just not going to be enough unless Stickler throws everything away on this planetary. Ooh. All the leftover Banelings taking care of whatever army of Midi had rallied there. and Stickler broke it through. 200, 200 versus 91, of which only 38 is army supply. He's got a choke, but this is going to be really, really hard. The Liberators doing a very good job of guarding this choke, but with the two Corruptors still in play, slowly taking those out. And Stickler's got free reign of the map, producing more. Oh, and there's a nuke. I'm going to say producing more Corruptors. I don't agree with that. You just have to flood links here. But I suppose you can make drones and win at this point. This nuke is going to land very nicely, taking out a lot of very expensive units, but it is no use, and there is the GG.